Howdy folks, welcome to episode 20. We're going to see if we can get the gold mine started now that we have the tools available and stuff. So what we need to do is bring coal and beams and rails and tools. So we're going to have to kind of consolidate everything here. So we've got the tools here, and then we need to get the rails from the other place and the smelter, and then we need to get the tools from here too, but we need to get boxcars to get the tools. So we're going to put the rails on these. We've got the beams. We've got the coal, so we just need to get boxcars and put the tools. And then so what we're going to do is we're going to jump in here. See how we're doing. We're low on fuel, aren't we? Let's go grab some fuel. Yeah, we're going to... Oh, wow. It's already... Yeah, okay. It's that low. It lasts about one episode. It seems. Right? Okay. So what we're going to do is we're going to get this thing moving. Here. We're going to slowly get it moving. Not quickly get it moving. We're going to slowly move this out because we got some potential problems with these light cars in the middle with all the beams behind them. But we'll see how this does. We probably don't want to use up all of our steam before the engine heats back up anyway, or the boiler. So there's that too. And I think we should look into getting another engine too, because we've used this one a whole bunch. Probably look into getting a different engine too to do this next run. But I think what I want to do is take these cars and consolidate maybe, because we're not going to need a million of them for the rails too, because you can fit what, 9-10 rails. It's 10 rails on a car. Let's check this out and see how many rails we have over at the smelter. We have 40. No, we have 68. So we have 7 cars worth. Okay. I mean, the thing is, if we take all of those, if we take every one of those, we're gonna end up not having rails for the oil. I think the oil thing uses rails. Let me see. The oil field. No, that uses pipes. What else uses the rails that's up here? And this is the gold mine? Yeah, see, we're gonna need all those. And then who else uses the rails? I know the coal mine uses it. The refinery. No, the refinery uses pipes. Okay. So I guess we won't need the rails, so maybe we will use that for the gold mine. We'll try to, like, load up the gold mine this time. Let's see if we can max out the gold mine instead of just doing, like, one tiny little thingy, right? Do a whole huge load of everything on the gold circuit instead of just getting one. We'll see if we can, like, get a ton of the gold. Okay, we can start speeding up just a little bit here. But yeah, I think what we want to do is we'll pull it up this way, and then we'll see what we've got as far as engines go. As far as what engines we can buy. There we go. Okay, we can coast through here because we can use our little field back here to reconsolidate everything. And I think that might be the boxcars that we already need. We might already have the boxcars that we need. So we'll get this last car past the switch. Is this that's not a three-way switch, is it? Whoops. No, it's just 2 switches. Okay. You gotta make sure that we're not going the wrong way on the switch. Alright. Let's see. It's just like climbing all over me today. She's weaning the babies, and it's very, very stressful for her and them. Because she can't decide whether she wants to... She's like a kid, you know, when a kid during the summer where it's like, I want to be outside. No, it's too hot. I want to be inside. I want to be outside. And it's like the doors open every 4 seconds, and then, you know, the parents start yelling about we're not air conditioning the whole neighborhood and blah, blah. You know, that whole deal. At least my parents used to gripe about that. We're not heating the whole neighborhood. Yeah, we are. You just don't know it yet. Okay. All right, anyway. Let's see if we can figure out where we're going to put all these cars. So, because we want to put a break between these. There we go. Okay. See, it didn't even hear us. It's just stretching out, right? It must be, yeah. Okay. Is it? It's not gonna knock us off on that switch, I think. Let's go a little bit farther. There. Okay. All right, so we got 2 there. 3, 4, 5, 6. Okay, so yeah, we will keep all 6 of those. Let's get, we'll get these 3 off of here. So let's see what we've got as far as what we can put back here. And these cars here, that's ventilated boxcar, and those are the stock cars. Let's see. Whoops. We have to go into the help screen to even see what we can carry on those. We have ventilated boxcar. See, those can only carry meat. And then the other one was the stock car. Okay, the stock car is the one that we need. Okay. So, let's see how many of those stock cars we have. That's the... Okay, so we have 3 stock cars. All right, so what we want to do is we want to drop off the first couple cars back here. And then we're going to come all the way in and drop those other ones. Let me see. Am I thinking through this correctly? Oh, I know what we want to do. Okay, we're going to drop off the first 2 cars on here. So let's do this. Let's jump in. We're going to go to the back. And then let's go back up to the front. And we're going to... Whoops. We're going to creep a little bit. Did I not flip the switch yet? No, I didn't flip the switch. Okay, we're going to go forward again. Because we want to get past that switch first. Alright, now we're past the switch. I can flip it. Okay. Now we're going to go put this car... Yeah, we're going to put those 2 cars back here. Okay. So I'm guessing that most of this episode is just going to be a lot of shunting. But we're going to arrange these. We're going to get everything consolidated again. Nice and organized. Okay, and we're pretty much going to go at yard speeds. Let's turn on the bell. Get rid of some condensation there. Alright. I need one of those on my plane. I want retractable gear on my plane just so I can roleplay with it. Because it's, you know... Because it's more fun. Let me see. But yeah, that's a lot of extra weight and mechanical complication to do that, so... But it's also extra drag in the air to not have it retract. Okay. We're going to bring these all the way over here. Just these 2. So we'll go up another thingy. Give it another couple little puffs here. So we can get past the switch. And then we're going to take the... was it the 3? The 3 stock cars? Where's the switch? Well, we need to get out of the foul, don't we? Okay. So we'll get that out of there. Break. Alright. So now we're going to jump out of here. And we're going to tie this off. And we're going to open the coupler. Did it open? There we go. It made the sound, but it didn't open. And then these are the... That's the stock cars. Yeah, okay. So, we need to bring all of this back. Let's go like this. And the rails are going to be heavier, I think, than the beams. So we're going to go forward. We're going to go forward and we're going to stick these on this track here. There we go. Right? Nobody can hear the whistle, so we'll just go nuts on it. All right. Yeah, we'll leave the beams on that other track. There we go. And that looks like we're going to be there. Here we go. Okay, so we're going to flip this switch. We're going to come back. And what Vespa? What Vespa? Can you hear all the twittering? All right, we need to get this past the foul. So we'll get all of this. We'll get all of this put up here. Almost there. She's watching her babies. We moved them into a bigger house so they can run around and climb and everything. They're absolutely loving it. All right, because the babies are now big enough to be mobile. Okay. They're so cute too. But they haven't quite figured out how to use a litter box. So it's like constant cleanup after them. All right. For now. And then we're going to bring these back and combine them with those. Go like this. And go forward. All right. And good. That is out of the way. Okay. And stop. And then we're going to flip that switch again. All right. There we go. You can barely hear the bell in the background on this one. That's all. That's awesome. If you have a ball-shaped mount for it, is it then the bell of the ball? I know it's a different bell. It's the bell with the E. I know. I know. I'm one of those too. That's how I know. No, not a bell of the ball. I'm one of those people that like can't stand reading things that are written poorly. All right. Usually it's not that it makes me angry, it's just it's comical. It's usually there's usually something funny about when things are spelled wrongly. If you watch my channel, I think it's pretty obvious that mistakes are funny, right? Okay. We got 2 car lengths. Oh yeah, I think we got enough length here to get this on here. So, whoops. Let's go up here. We should be able to get this out of the foul. Because then we can put we're going to put these box cars right up next to the coal. So we do need to get those out of there before we... And then I'd also, when I bring these cars back on, I do need to remember the brakes on them. Okay. Whoa, no, 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 no. Wrong, 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 no, no, no. Thank you. All right. Totally the wrong... wrong key. Hate when that happens. Here we go. Okay. So we're going to disconnect this. Where's the... Let me disconnect it. There it is. That was weird, wasn't it? Okay, we're going to do this one, and we're going to turn off the other one, just so we don't forget. We're going to do that now, just so we don't forget, because it might be a long time later. She needs to settle down a little bit. Okay. So we're going to bring this forward again. There we go. I swear I think this car is just like trying to knock you off the tracks. You feel like you're getting away with something by using the smaller cars, and then and then they derail you. Okay. Hit the brakes. The real brakes, not the other key that we don't want to hit. All right. Now we're going to back up. There we go. And we don't want to go more than 5, so. And you don't want to go too slow. I think if you go too slow, it won't actually latch. Don't quote me on that. But I think you do have to hit with enough velocity to make it latch. Bonk. There we go. Okay. So we're going to hit the brakes here. Superman again. Okay. It would be hilarious if it played like a little triumphant, you know, triumphant horns thing right there every time you go into that. Dun 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 dun. Yep, that's exactly what it sounds like. Should I take these? I'm not sure if I want to take the coal cars out of the mix, because they are important. Let's go like this. We're going to go forward. And we're going to put the lumber cars, not the lumber, you know what I mean, wooden things, the beams. We're going to put the beams on. Snotty beamed me twice last night. It was wonderful. I just love the look on her face when she says that. She's got like this. Her eyes light up and everything. Okay. I'm not sure about this beaming stuff. Is it safe? Ah, what the hell? It works on Star Trek. Okay. These are empty, right? We get over there to put tools on them and there's cows in there. They're just sitting there the whole time. That would be funny. Okay. Almost there. And then we can switch this over. Go like this and switch and reverse. There we go. Almost got it. You can just almost hear it. A little bit. There we go. That's better. And then we're going to switch the reverser before we forget. Okay. Dun dun dun. See, I can just do it myself. All right. And okay, so we got all those. Now we need to put those back on at the end. Did I do this backwards? Because we do want to put the rails. I'm kind of thinking we want to put the rails before this. Nah, that's fine. That's not a big deal. It's not that big of a deal. Okay. I mean, it would probably be ideal to put the rails on. I think they're heavier, but that's fine. It'll still work. This will be safer on the way to the other one. On the way to the smelter. So the other thing we're going to have to do is we're going to have to build the tracks down to the gold mine. Because we can't get there. You can't get there from here. If I was going to Redbud, I sure wouldn't start from here. Okay. Go like this and this. All right, and then we're going to reverse. See if we can get all this. The trick is to do this without running off the end of the track, because that is kind of close. We're going to be cutting it close. Do this. And there we go. I think we just kind of threw those on quickly, hastily, last time when we put them on. Let's see if it goes off the end. Get ready on that brake. Ready on the brake, ready on the brake. Bam. There we go. Okay, perfect. All right. So we got everything now. We do need to turn off the brake on that car. And remember, we did go back and do the other one already. Okay. So now what we need to figure out is, because we're going to take this all the way up to the ironworks. I'm sorry, the smelter. We're going to take this up to the smelter, and we're going to get the rails that are there. And then those are the flat cars. What were the bulkhead flat cars? Oh, those are the cordwood. Okay. And then we need to go, after we do that, we're going to have to come down this way and get to the gold mine. So that's where we're going to have to go. And it looks like we're going to have to work our way down a mountain here too. So why don't we start building at the gold mine and figure out where a decent place is. Gold mine, gold smelter. Does that use the... Okay. It looks like cow tears. Gold, ore, cow tears, coal, and whatchamacallit, and cordwood. Okay, yeah, that gives us the gold. Okay, so yeah, let's fly our way down there. Whoops. Let's fly our way down there and see what we've got as far as what we can build. And we need to put a whatchamacallit down here so we can, I forget, can you double click on it in order to, no, you can't. Okay. Nope, you can't double click or anything in order to teleport there. Fast travel. You have to hire a horse and cart. This must be it right here. That doesn't look like too much of a hill. That's not too bad. I know I'm going to jinx myself by saying that. Okay, so we're going to start here. And we're going to go rail. There's got to be like a link here somewhere. There's the link. Is there a link on this end? No? You know what? We're going to clear this stuff out first. Because this rock is not going to move out of the way. Yeah, that rock is going to be in the way, and then we'll end up getting stuck. Is that one there? Yeah, it is. Okay. And that looks like it's clear. Okay, so we're going to go like this. Track. Whoops. Try that again, because we missed it. There we go. Is there one on the end here? Right there. Okay, so now we can go like this. And we'll do our number 5. And we're just going to extend this out the whole way. Okay. Turn on our little lantern here. And then, which way are we going from here? Pretty much straight ahead, it looks like. Okay, so I think we're... Maybe we'll be able to do this without the... Whatchamacallit? Let's see. Without the taller track. I think we're going to be able to get to about there. There we go. Okay. And then let's do this. Let's see what we've got here. Anything else blocking the way? No. Okay. The lantern is almost more annoying than not having it. It's like flashing in your face. Okay. So we're going to go like this. We're going to use the medium. And then we're going to try to go down this hill. Because I think we want to start heading north from there, don't we? Pretty much, yeah. We pretty much want to go one of these two ways, yeah. Okay. We can put a switch here. Let's do that. Let's put a switch. Okay, and then this is going to go back to town. Let's see where we got. Down to here. Is that... Are we facing the right direction? Yeah, that's where we want to go. We want to go up to here. Between these two big rocks. Yeah. Okay. Could do a little bit more here. There we go. Let's see how that looks. Did we go over any rocks, invisible rocks? I think we might have. Okay, and then we're going to want to do our lower track. And let's see how far this gets us. We're going to go like this. And let's see which direction that... Yeah, see, that's perfect. We want to just kind of go there. Yep, we'll go around this. And then we're going to meet up with that. Okay. And then what we need to do here is we need to take out a segment somewhere. Somewhere along here. It looks like there might even be a segment here. Let's see. Right here? See it change? Yeah, there is. It's perfect. Okay. So we're going to take out this segment here. Can we do it? Not really. Let's put in a left switch. Do we need a left switch? I don't think we want our switch here, do we? No, we want it on the other end of this. Okay, so we do want to take out this piece of track as the one we want to take out. And then we're going to put a left switch here. Yeah, okay, that's perfect, because then we can line that up with that. Okay. Left switch. And then this, let's connect, whoops. Let's connect this one back so that we don't lose that one. See if it'll let us. Where's it gonna go? It's gonna do that thing, isn't it? Okay, so we need to do the taller one. Go like this. And we'll get this to, hopefully, to go this time. There it was. Perfect. Okay, and then we're gonna take this one. I'm just gonna use the tall one because otherwise we're gonna end up with that again. And then I think there was a link over here somewhere. Was it over here? That wasn't it, was it? Yeah, there it is. Okay. Right there. There we go. Okay, then we're going to take out this stuff. Whoops. Oh, you know what we need to do? We need to take out this. There we go. And then take out this stuff. Oh, is that going to fit? It will now. Apparently that's a deco item. I kind of wanted to keep that there, but oh well. I was kind of clicking it sarcastically. Can you click sarcastically? Is that a thing? Yeah. Okay. So that should get us up there. Let's double check, make sure we don't go flying in the air or anything like that. Make sure we don't hit any more. I'm sure there's more deco that needs to come out here. Yep. There's a cactus right there. Multiple cacti. Alright. And we'll get that one just for good measure. I love lovely physics on that, huh? The rock goes flying and then decelerates almost instantly. Was that Jupiter gravity there? Okay. And then let's make sure that we didn't miss any more. Nope. Okay. Because then there's going to be another segment that goes this way. It goes... Yeah, pretty much straight ahead. Okay. I think I can see it down there. So we want to come to here. Yeah, it's right there. It's right up there. Okay, cool. Let's see if we can get this laid out to there. Because I think we even put a switch in already. Did we? No, I think we need a switch right over there. Okay. Well, we'll figure that out in a little bit. Let's go back to the gold mine, because I forgot something. You know what I forgot? Exactly. That's exactly it. I forgot to put in the telegraph station. Okay, so let's put in the telegraph station. Facilities, telegraph office. We're going to put it up here just for the fun of it. Is that the door? That's the door. Let's put the door on this side. There we go. Okay. Cool. Because then we should be able to land on there. Let's see. We should be able to land on that. Okay. So let's go back to here. There we go. And I think we should be able to get our train over to the whatchamacallit. And we're almost out of fuel again. Let's go like this. There we go. Oh, and the other thing we were going to do was look up the engines. Not G, B. Okay, let's go all the way to the end. Because this is the one we have. That's the rotary snowplow. That's not even an engine, is it? That's just the weight. Yeah, it doesn't have any tractive effort, no. Okay. That one's 42. This one's 28, 19. Yeah, we've used the class 125 before. We had those. I remember we had those. I think we'll just keep using this one for right now. Okay. At least for this run. Alright, the tender's low on water. See, we are going to need to get a new. There we go. Okay. See, we need to get a new engine because it's almost out of water. Just buy a new one. That's how that works, isn't it? I think we can accelerate a little bit faster than that. Okay, so the thing we need to make sure that we do... We need to make sure that we have switches set over here. Okay. We're going to have to push those cars out of the way, too. The logging cars. Alright. That's all set. And that is set so that we can go there. Yep, okay. So other than pushing those out of the way, I think we're good. And let's do this. I think we were good up to about 25% on here. Huh. Cool. Not going to complain. Getting about 28. Not bad. Alright. That's the stall speed on my plane. Meaning you can't actually stay in the air if you're going slower than that. Or you can't maintain altitude at least. Alright. We're kind of coming through the complicated stuff here, so let's... We're going to come through town and ring the bell. There we go. So we're going to have to slow down to not smash into those cars, and we don't want to be slamming on the brakes with cars around all these corners here. So we do want to not have too much momentum when we come around this corner. Is why I'm letting this slow down so much on its own here. Those are loaded too. Okay. The logging cars are loaded. Do the logs go... It would be kind of cool if they used the logs somewhere else too. On the gold thing, you know? Like if they use them at the... You use them at the gold mine to prop up the mine. Because, yeah, we're definitely going to have to push these out of the way in order to get past this. Because our train is now longer than it was, I think. It's 3 cars longer. Look at that, almost perfect as far as not having to adjust the controls. Almost perfect. There we go. Okay. So close to being around the corner. Alright, and we're going to have to come back this way too, so we're just going to give it some more extra space. Just leaving a bunch of those cars on the main line. It's hilarious. Okay, so let's go like this. Whoops. And we'll disconnect. This is, yep, brakes are on. Okay. Let's do it. We're going to go backwards. Oh, and I need to set the switch before we get there too. There we go. Okay. So switch, switch. Switch and switch. Okay. We'll get all of our rails loaded today. Maybe. We'll at least get to the thingy. I don't know that we'll have time to load the rails. Can we hit 5%? There we go. Thank you. Don't want to push too hard around these corners here. Whoa, did you see that one? It came back, it did like a bounce back and tilted. Like it was on 2 wheels there. Or whatever, 8 instead of 16, you know what I mean? It looked like the passenger side popped up. Or for those of you in countries that drive on the wrong side of the road, the driver's side. Okay. You know, Bahamas, UK. I forget if Australia drives on the left or the right. Alright. The weirdest thing was I went down to the Bahamas and drove a car there, but it was a U.S. manufactured car. So they drive on the left side of the road, but it was a car where the driver is on the left side, and so as the driver, you're driving like you're almost on the shoulder, And it was just like this little dirt road, because I wasn't in like the tourist islands of Bahamas. I was on this island where nobody's there. and I was in Matthew Town, if you want to look it up. But yeah, there was like nobody there. But you're going down this road. Well, there's a couple people there, but you're going down this tiny little dirt road, and there's like another car coming, and it's so weird that you're almost on the shoulder, and the other car is like way over on the other side of you, passing you head on. You know, you just feel like you're going to collide with the other car. It just gives this really weird... The vibe of it is so weird. Okay. Suppose we should start slowing down here. Like that? How perfect is that? Okay. So if we hit space... Yep, and then if we go like this and hit space, it should load those up. Awesome. But I think that's going to be it for this time, for episode 20. Join me in episode 21. We'll get the rest of these loaded up. We'll get all of our tools. Oh, that's going to be fun going around that little loop with this giant train, isn't it? We'll get all our tools, and yeah, and then we'll try to bring them down to the gold mine. So, yeah, join me in episode 21. See if we can get the gold started, and we'll see you then. Later.